Hi. Okay, I decided to pick colds as my topic this week because I have a tiny cold. So all of my prevention methods didn't stop at this time. So I just wanted to go over a few of the things that I've been using. First of all, I am not anymore, thankfully, but I was blowing my nose a lot. So it's really nice to have some of these amazing tatted hankies lying around from my great grandma that are kind of hard to blow your nose in, but it's better than going through 27 boxes of tissues. I also have a drink that my other grandma used to make, and it doesn't really have a name, and I kind of substitute some things these days, but what I'm drinking right now is some Gypsy Cold Care tea with a lot of honey in it, because honey is also really good for just kind of coating and soothing. And this is the last package, so I had to show you the torn open one, but it's great. You can get it at the grocery store. I'll often squeeze some lemon in there or orange, and sometimes I put bourbon in there. So I make kind of my own hot toddy. But my grandma used to make orange juice, lemon, fresh orange juice, and then lemon squeezed in, tons of honey, and hot water. So you could also just make that if you want. Some other things that I love are these Thieves cough drops, which I feel like work really well. They don't taste like amazing because they're Thieves, but they're easy to carry around. So if I'm going somewhere where I need to not have a cough, usually I'll bring some of those with me. And then for nighttime coughs, like with my kids, I always try and find this Highlands cough syrup because it's mostly honey, or any honey-based cough syrup is great. And then we oftentimes will buy cherry bark as well, and that seems to work really well before bed, especially if you're lying down and you're coughing a lot in the night. Other things that I do are steam diffuser in their bedrooms and mine. I do a cold diffuser oftentimes, but sometimes I need the steam. So I actually have a face steamer. It's just like this little nano steamer that's for your skin. And so I like to use that and kind of direct it if I'm sitting somewhere for a while. If I'm lying down in bed, then I'll get out humidifiers, and we have cold humidifiers at our house and steam humidifiers. So usually with the steam humidifiers, there's a little spot for you to drop some elixir of some sort, and that kind of mixes in with the steam. And so usually what I put in there is some eucalyptus of some sort. There are lots of different kinds of eucalyptus. Then directly on my chest, oftentimes, I love to use this essential oil called RC, which is a blend of oils, lots of eucalyptuses in there, and then I also really like Ravensara. And I might be saying that wrong, but that's how I've always said it. And then we recently had this class where we all made these tiny little inhalers. So Simon has this cold, which is why I have this cold, and I made him an inhaler with RC, which is this oil that I just talked about. And so I just saturate this like little wick, and you drop it right inside, and then pop this thing on the bottom, and then he can just use it whenever he needs to. And you don't have to shove it inside of your nostril, but you can just hold it nearby and sniff it. Usually at night though, what I do, if I'm just really having a hard time, like I can't get my cough under control, I will use this RC right in my hands and cup my hands close to my face as I'm falling asleep, and that really seems to help a lot. And then for like rubbing your nose a lot or runny nose that you have to blow often, my kids always get like raw noses, and so I make this salve, which is kind of just an all-purpose, all-healing salve with ingredients that we have in our house, and they just rub it on their edges of their nostrils. Fortunately, this cold hasn't been very brutal. No cough at night or anything unbearable. So it's kind of been a dreamy cold. Yeah, so I'm curious about things that you guys do too. So I'd love to hear in the comments if you have a sec. If you leave me more tips, I'll use them. Okay, see you soon.